Now, as we all know, video is king, and as advertisers and brands, we need to think about where we place these videos and video ads. So Facebook versus YouTube, what's the difference? Well, Facebook drives 800 billion average daily views, and people are 5 times more likely to watch those videos on mobile versus desktop. Now, YouTube attracts a third of internet users with over 30 million average daily views. Another interesting fact that you might want to hear is that studies have shown that Gen Z prefer to use YouTube as a way to consume media. Now, there are a few things that you need to know about when it comes to what goes viral on YouTube versus Facebook. So YouTube, they actually find that music videos and songs and movie trailers do the best, so you might want to consider placing your ads in front of those videos.
When it comes to brands having impact on social media, there's a lot to think about. In the old school days on TV, it kind of just interrupted people and it was entertaining. The world's changed now. You've got a lot of social platforms. You get a lot of ads popping up on Facebook, a lot of branded content popping up on Facebook, a lot of kind of paid influencer stuff popping up on Facebook, and it's kind of interrupting the viewers' kind of stream of what they're looking at with the mates. Equally on YouTube, people are actually there for a reason. They're either searching for something, looking for something, and the experience of how brands engage with consumers on those two platforms is slightly different. And from my own perspective, if I saw an ad pop up on Facebook while I'm looking at what my mum's doing or my daughter's doing or her mates are doing, and I saw an ad for, say, CarWow or a car, I'd be a little bit peeved off because it's kind of getting in my way of what I'm doing. However, on YouTube, it's slightly different. I watch a lot of YouTube stuff, but I'll watch a lot of Matt guy who does the CarWow stuff, and it's all sponsored. But I don't mind. I know there's kind of product placement within there and other examples like him where influencers are unboxing things and all that kind of stuff. But it's fine because I'm kind of leaning into the content. I'm kind of interested in that stuff. And there's a lot of stats around people who are more likely to buy products from brands that they've seen in that context, like on YouTube, where there is the interest there, rather than it kind of like bang interrupting you because it annoys them. So I think when you're looking at how to get your brand in front of people, whether it's via influencers, product placement, you need to think carefully about the channels because there are distinct differences where some has advantage over the other one. But certainly from YouTube's perspective, it's a great platform for influencers and product placement.
When it comes to YouTube and Facebook, many people try and slam or shame one platform against the other. They pick a side, whether that be YouTube or Facebook, and then they will convince you and tell you of all the negatives of the other platform. And that is definitely not what I'm here to do today. I want to help you and tell you how you can make good video content that goes viral and smashes it on both platforms. So this is where the terms episodic versus digestible comes into play. Now, when it comes to both of these platforms, YouTube and Facebook, audiences use the platforms in a completely different way to view video content. So on Facebook, video content tends to pop up and you will just watch the video content that appears on your feed. Whereas on YouTube, the user obviously is in charge. You can search what type of video content it is that you want to watch, whether you're looking how to do something and you're searching how to whatever it might be, whether it's fixing something or building something, you can search that type of content, or you can choose to watch vlogs or unboxings, whatever it is. You get to pick the type of content that you watch. So when it comes to both of these platforms, Facebook is very much suited to digestible content. It is content that is very short, snappy, gives you the information in a short amount of time. Whereas on YouTube, people are wanting to watch longer type of videos, and more often than not, they're wanting to watch one video after the other, hence the term episodic. They're wanting to, whether it's a playlist that they're clicking on and they're wanting to watch all of the videos in the playlist, they're just wanting to watch longer type of videos that generally come one after the other. So this is how you can get viral on and smash your video content on both of these platforms. Make sure that you're creating content on Facebook that is digestible, that is very short form, and on YouTube, make sure you're doing longer form videos that can be made into episodes. Now, I hope this information helps. Remember those two terms, episodic and digestible, and remember, Facebook and YouTube should not be in competition with each other. People should not be slamming or shaming the two platforms against each other. They can work very much in harmony.
All across the web, how-to videos do very well as they're evergreen content which can be shared and commented on, and a lot of users sort of feel that when they watch those videos, it appeals to them as it'll be something that they're interested in, or at the same time it might be something that they might not have thought of tried. The life hack sort of word has been thrown around a lot, but a lot of how-to guides sometimes fit into this bracket. But as well, when people are trying to learn new skills, especially around lockdown, these sorts of pieces of content do exceptionally well. Now, when you categorize how there are differences or marked differences between Facebook and YouTube, some of the main ones really are in format. So typically on YouTube, these are sort of short form videos which are quite snappy, quite informative, and they tell you exactly what you need to know. They're almost like a checklist really of this is what you need to do in order to fulfill whatever the how-to guide's asking you to. YouTube takes a little bit different of a stance. The videos that tend to do well on YouTube in the how-to sort of format is longer form videos, ones where they really break out really descriptively, deep dive into what an issue could be. So maybe it's something like a guide to makeup or beauty. On Facebook, this might look like a small sort of checklist of, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Here are some small little tips or whatever around how you can do something better. Whereas YouTube will be, an in-depth guide into the products, how these products work together and maybe application and so on and so forth. So like I say, a lot longer and a lot more in-depth form of content.
So the kind of content that goes viral on Facebook is the kind of video content that's got an overall messaging and a person becomes a subject of that. Often there is a comedy element, such as the videos that you would see in Lad Bible, for example. On YouTube, it's quite a different story because the character is the thing that becomes viral. It's the channel and the character that keeps reappearing in that channel that becomes the viral piece. Because when people watch YouTube, they really want to immerse themselves into somebody's lifestyle. So when they're waking up, what they eat for breakfast, what they have for dinner, what they do that afternoon, what a day at work's like, what I made for breakfast, my HIIT workout. Things that they do all day long on a weekend by themselves or with people within their life, because people at the moment are looking for more authentic storytelling and just want to have a glimpse into everyday people's lives all across the world. What are ordinary people doing? And that is what goes viral on YouTube.